Hi, this is Paul Kreutz, and welcome to Halloween How To. In this edition, I'm going to show you how to make this enchanting magic spell book. This Halloween prop is truly spellbinding and comes complete with pixie dust. How is it done? Well, I'm going to show you how. So, let's get started. This is one of my favorite props that I built nearly 20 years ago. Since it is already built, I'll be talking you through the process of building it more than showing you. Let's start by turning it around and showing you just what makes it tick. I use the same special effects principles here as I did on the poison apple prop, so please refer to that video for more detailed construction information. You can see that we have a series of fiber optic strands. You can find these strands online at some electronics stores, specialty lighting stores, and also look for novelties such as this one. The ends of these fiber optic strands are bundled together in two different areas. The largest bundle is from the fiber optics that spell out the word poison. I have gathered them all together and secured them directly above a light source. I recently swapped out the old electric bulb with this new battery-powered LED. Not only does this give off brighter light, it also allows for different lighting effects. The other smaller bundles of fiber optic ends are from the plywood book stand and the plastic skull areas. I have these bundled ends lined up in a row so that they light up in a slightly staggered fashion, and for them, I installed a new LED light that mimics that layout. Just as in the poison apple prop, I have a rotating disc that produces the lighting and sparkle effects as it passes between the light source and the end of the fiber optic strands. The motor I used is a slow-moving electric motor. Now this readily available electric motor would work just as well. I purchased this one online from Fright Props, and I have listed their information in the description below. In this area, you can see the masked out areas that help produce the illuminated eyes, nose, and mouth of the skull on the first page. By using different lighting effects underneath it, I can change how the illuminated portion of the skull looks on the page surface. Now let's turn our attention to the front details. To give you an idea of the size of this prop, here are some of its basic dimensions. The book stand is roughly 24 inches by 18 inches and is constructed out of 1/2 inch plywood. An area of the plywood slightly smaller than the book cover is cut away. The stand is slanted at a 45-degree angle, which helps create the area under it for the rotating disc, lights, and bundled fiber optics. The book cover is 20 inches by 13 inches and is made out of 1/4 inch foam core board whose outer edges are covered with construction tape. Its center is also cut away, leaving only a perimeter. This allows for most of the underside of the book to be open to the area below. The pages portion of the book is carved out of styrofoam. It is approximately 12 inches by 18 1/2 inches and is 3 inches thick. For this application, be sure and use the open-celled, crunchy type of styrofoam that is usually white or green in color. It can be easily cut, shaped, sanded, but most importantly, it allows the fiber optic strands to be easily pushed through it. For that reason, avoid the expanded polystyrene type, which is identifiable by its many small beads. A single layer of paper is glued to the surface of the styrofoam so that we have a thin skin. The illusion of multiple pages is created by putting additional construction paper pages underneath it, but only at the ends, keeping the majority of the book's surface only one paper layer thick. Carefully curl the corners of these pages, and when satisfied with their look, set and stabilize the paper by spraying them with several light coats of a flat spray paint. Make sure that you mask off the styrofoam when spray painting to avoid melting the styrofoam. Portions of this page is illuminated from below. If you will be duplicating that effect, make sure that you mask off that area with painter's tape or this artist's latex masking liquid. You will want to make sure that those areas are not painted with the spray paint base coat. I embellished the book stand with a hollow plastic skull. Since this prop is nearly 20 years old, some parts of the plastic skull had become brittle and broken away. I repaired it by using an epoxy clay to rebuild a portion of the jaw and teeth. Because this clay is self-hardening, choose one with a long working time and work in small batches. I glued a number of electric candles to the skull top. And then, to give it the look of accumulated wax, I filled in around the candle bases by using this project adhesive. To create the large wax strips on the candle, I used a paintable adhesive sealant, working from the bottom up for each strip. For the look of the book's open pages, I first penciled in my design of words and images. I embedded the fiber optics into the surface of the paper by piercing it first with a push pin. Then I fished each fiber optic strand through it, the styrofoam, and into the controls area below. Do the same to the plastic skull and plywood book stand by first pre-drilling with a very small drill bit. To avoid having the strands pull through, enlarge the exposed end of each strand by holding its end up against the tip of a hot glue gun. Paint the surface of the pages with a slightly watered down colored paint. This allows your penciled in details to still show through as a guide. Finish the book pages with a combination of paint, ink, and magic markers. In my case, I use black light activated products for these final steps on the book as well as on the book stand, skull, and candles. Now the only thing left to do is to turn off the lights and turn on the magic. We hope that you will subscribe to our channel, and happy Halloween.